Coronation Street viewers left wondering about missing character. Fans of Coronation Street were left asking the same question after one character appeared to be missing from Wednesday's action-packed episode. The drama in Weatherfield included Todd instructing Theo to pack his bags, while at the Platt household, Shona prepared for a pregnancy scan, only to find David nowhere in sight. Last month, Shona revealed the exciting news that she was expecting her first child with David. The couple, married since 2019, have already experienced their share of turmoil on the soap, including a frightening house fire earlier this year. Shona was set to attend her first scan this week. Worried when David didn't show up, she phoned him and discovered he was stuck in a lift in the city center. He had gone into town to collect supplies for the hairdressers. Back at home, Shona confided in Bethany that she didn't want to go to the appointment alone. Later, she listened to voice notes from David, still trapped in the lift, in which he sent his love and best wishes and apologized for missing the special moment. Despite this explanation, Corrie fans quickly noticed David's absence, as viewers could only hear him speaking through Shona's phone throughout the hour-long episode. Taking to social media, one viewer asked, "Where's David?" Another wrote, "David on the phone." A third commented, "Why are all the David scenes on the phone? Was he not available on set today?" A fourth joked, "Jack P. Shepard, who plays David, got to work from home for this episode." One clever fan speculated, "I wonder if these scenes were filmed while David was in the Big Brother house, sipping tea all day, every hour." When Shona called David, she admitted she had missed the appointment because she didn't want to go alone. She told him she had rescheduled for a later date when they would discover the baby's gender together. Meanwhile, other storylines continued at the Platts. Audrey offered Bethany a job at the salon doing nails, and after giving it some thought, Bethany decided to accept the role, excited to work alongside her family once more. Kevin enraged by Abby's actions in Coronation Street as divorce battle ignites. Kevin's worst nightmare came true when he discovered Abby may have been having an affair with his brother Carl, a fear that was spectacularly confirmed at Ronnie Bailey's birthday party when a text Abby meant for Carl accidentally landed on Kevin's phone. Abby and Carl have shared a mutual attraction ever since their first encounter in Freshco's car park, and being related through marriage only slowed the inevitable. Abby initially tried to stay loyal to Kevin, but Carl's irresistible charm, combined with Kevin's somewhat pitiful lies about still having cancer, eventually pushed her to give in to her feelings. At present, Abby and her son Alfie are staying with Carl at his room in the Chariot Square Hotel. This arrangement suits no one, particularly Carl, whose fling with James Bailey has been significantly restricted now that Abby and Alfie are living with him. So far, Abby seems oblivious to Carl's cool reaction whenever she talks about future plans. She is clearly more invested in him than he is in her, now that the reality of living with her and Alfie has set in. For Abby, it's about a new beginning and a bright future with a younger, less jaded Webster brother, which also means formally ending things with Kevin. In upcoming episodes, Abby and Carl face financial struggles. Unable to continue working for Kevin, Abby applies for a job at another local garage but receives a rejection call. Convinced that Kevin interfered to ruin her chances, she heads to number 13 to confront him. Meanwhile, Carl has his own schemes to make money, giving Dylan details of a car he wants stolen, though Dylan refuses. Abby takes note of the vehicle, leaving viewers to wonder if she might attempt the theft herself. Amid these money troubles, Kevin is left furious and dismayed when he opens a letter from Abby's solicitor, confirming that she has begun divorce proceedings. Is Abby planning to claim the garage and any other assets Kevin possesses? Todd cruelly manipulated by Theo in Coronation Street after shocking cheating revelation. On Monday, Todd spent time at Billy Mayhew's flat, enjoying wine and chips to celebrate after receiving news from the hospital that he doesn't have bowel cancer. He got quite drunk and neglected to tell his boyfriend Theo Silverton where he was. When Theo called, Todd lied, claiming he was still at work. After his evening with friends, Theo picked up a takeaway and went to the funeral parlor to find Todd. Moments later, George Shuttleworth confirmed Todd wasn't there, allowing Theo to deduce that he had been lied to. Outside, Theo watched a drunk Todd chatting with Billy by the flat door. He concluded that Todd didn't actually want to go home and ended up spending the night on Billy's sofa. Because Theo couldn't hear their conversation, he wrongly assumed Todd was planning to cheat on him. Deciding to get revenge, Theo went into town with his friend Pete and later invited him back to the flat. When Todd returned, he saw Pete leaving the bathroom in a dressing gown and quickly realized Theo had cheated. He was devastated. That devastation soon turned to anger when Todd understood that Theo didn't care at all about sleeping with someone else. He angrily told Theo he was leaving and demanded he be gone by the time he returned. Todd headed to the pub for Glenda's Mr. and Mrs. Quiz Night, finding some distraction, but his mood worsened when Theo showed up trying to talk to him. Ignoring Theo completely, Todd grabbed the sign-up clipboard. Moments later, Glenda asked Todd and Billy to take their places for their round. Watching Todd perform well in the quiz alongside his ex left Theo seething. Back at the flat, Theo spun a sob story in a bid to manipulate Todd. He claimed he came to the pub to apologize, crafting the situation so Todd felt overwhelming guilt, making the morning's feelings of anger seem distant. Todd told Theo he knew he was difficult to live with, and eventually they reconciled. To make matters worse for Todd, he asked Billy to keep his distance in future when he checked in with him. Theo felt smug, seeing it as proof that his efforts to isolate Todd from friends and control him were working. I think viewers will notice how Todd briefly relaxes around friends and close confidants like Sarah, George, and Billy, actor Gareth Pierce said. But when Theo enters, Todd immediately slips back into that tense, people-pleasing, anxious mindset, like the pit of your stomach dread you get when you haven't done your homework. Theo's anger soon flared again when Todd did a favor for Sarah, giving her and Harry a lift, only for Harry to spill a milkshake on a new car's back seat. Todd worried about Theo's reaction, but initially Theo seemed unbothered, as long as Sarah was there. Alone with Todd, Theo exploded, berating him for disrespecting the car. Todd promised to have it professionally cleaned, but while reversing, he scraped the paintwork. Gareth explained that Todd initially hoped Theo would understand. Todd thinks maybe it will be fine, but once he gets home, he realizes Theo is classic narcissistic, presenting one face to friends, then switching moods the moment the door closes, he said. Theo's reaction in the flat is extreme, unleashing his fury directly at Todd. There's a moment where Todd thinks he's resolved everything, but suddenly it's clear nothing is okay, and we witness one of Theo's real bursts of rage, Gareth added. It's shocking, and it's completely directed at Todd. Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and streams on ITVX.